Welcome to On Air with Kash. Our guest today plays Delilah in the Daytime Creative Arts Emmy Award Winning series available on Amazon Prime now, Studio City. Please welcome Juliet Vega.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Kash. Thanks for having me.
Juliet, thank you so much for joining us today. I love Studio City. I binged it.
I love that. Thank you so much.
And yeah, we actually just interviewed Sean Cannon a few weeks ago, just had his book come out, and he was very proud of the show, very proud of you. And your character, Delilah, I was just really fascinated by this backstory. So basically it centers around a soap opera. Sean's character is at a signing, and then you come up, you reveal something, and tell us about your character.
Yeah, so I played Delilah Foster on Studio City, as we just said. And basically we don't know for sure, or at least the audience doesn't know yet, if I am Sam's daughter or not, but I kind of come in the middle of the season, and you kind of get to see a little part of me, not really the entirety of it yet, but yeah, you just get to see my dynamic with Sam and with his family. And yeah,
there were some pretty intense scenes too. I mean, even that scene where you and Sam meet up in the bar, and there's tension, he's kind of in denial, but that was really very powerful acting for both of you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so fun to work with Sean and be able to hear his feedback and just jump into it.
It's such a great cast too. I mean, you have Caroline Hennessy.
Oh, I love her so much. Oh my God. Even hearing that, at the screening, because when we did the first part of the first season, we had a screening before the pandemic and everything, obviously, when it was more safe. And it was the first time I had ever gotten to meet Carolyn, and I had known Sean had been friends with her for so many years. And I grew up watching her on Jessie, and I was always a huge fan of hers. So when I saw her and I finally got to meet her, I was just so excited, especially to be a part of a project that she's also in was so huge for me. And still is, obviously.
Caroline's amazing. I mean, I run into her all the time. We're both involved in the Breaking the Chains Foundation. And Erin Soto, I worked with her in the past. It was really exciting to watch this and be like, oh, I've worked with this person, or I know that person.
That's so funny. Oh my God. We got really lucky with the cast, and especially me, because I was brought on pretty late to the project. So to already walk into a cast that was fully formed and they had already started filming together, and then having them be so welcoming of me and just help me out so much during the filming process was just so great. Every interview I've ever done, I literally will just go on a tangent about how much I love everyone that on the show.
I really like a lot of the behind the scenes, and they're real human struggles too. They're real personal experiences that are relatable.
Yeah, that's what's great about the show, is it's not just about one guy. And I could see how, from an outside perspective, a lot of people can't relate to being a soap actor and being successful, and talking about Sam's half of the show, but there are so many other characters that, are so amazing, with Scott Turner Schofield's character, who's
yes, oh yeah,
so amazing. And then just, I don't know, just all around, I think the board, there's something for everyone, which is what I love about it. So.
No, incredible, because I remember there was an episode that was pretty much revolved all around Scott's character early on. And it was just really this fascinating backstory. And then the second to last episode of the season with Erin Soto, when Scott really opens up, it was so powerful. And it was such an incredible performance.
I watched it so many times. I am someone, I don't like watching myself in what I'm in. And you're an actor. I don't know if you have the same thing of I really can't watch myself. It drives me crazy because I can just pick and be like, I could have done that. I could have done this. But I tried to watch the show as much as I could, because I knew that I wanted to see everyone else's performances, and his, among everyone's, but his was so touching to me and my sister. We were watching it at the same time, and it's just so beautiful.
That powerful scene with Sam, and his mother was revealing her past and backstory, and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. We missed her on the second half of the first season, but it was so fun working with Patrika. I've known her since I was a little kid. So to be able to even have my little scene with her was so much fun.
I really like the format. It's about 8 to 15 minutes per episode. There's about 10 episodes in the first season. And I was talking to Sean prior to our interview, and he was like, oh yeah, just check it out. It's on Amazon. I'm like, great. And I just put it in, it was like watching a really good movie. It was just, I was like, okay, let's just boom, boom. And I was done in 2 hours. I was like, that is amazing. Where's season 2? I need season 2.
Yeah, that's what's so great about it.
And then also you've done some crime reenactment. Did I hear that?
Yes, yes.
So what was the crime that you committed or
Yeah,
reenacted?
yes. Oh my God. Okay, so I don't even know what the murder was. They didn't really tell us much about it, but basically my character's name was Rosa, and I basically was just sitting, I was the one telling on the murderer, and mine was pretty boring. Obviously, I just kind of sat on set and was like the snitch. But yeah, it was so much fun. And I grew up loving SVU and still like love it to this day. And even sitting on set and the really crazy, elaborate like ways that they like made the set look like an actual police station was just crazy and insane for me.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I got to do a crime reenactment for Unusual Suspects on ID Discovery Channel.
That
I
is
had
so
blonde hair at the time. It was bleached, and
blonde.
oh yeah,
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I had
Like,
just done this movie Undateable John. I had this scene with Shannon Doherty, and anyway, it was this confrontation, and I was bleached blonde hair, this surfer movie, and so yeah. Then right after that, I booked that role, and my character was Richard the Cutter Jeffries, and I forgot exactly what the murder was, but me and my accomplice were in a pizza parlor. Someone walked in on something, so we had to recreate the murder. And yes, there was like I think it was corn syrup, like what they use for snow cones. And then
oh
we
my,
had oh yeah, so it was like a pizza place in Encino that we filmed that scene at night, which was across the street from their building. And then another night we shot at Griffith Park, and there was this big doll that they put in a duffel bag, and we just had to like pull up and like throw it off the cliff. It was, yeah.
like so much fun. Actually, I wish I got to do like those kinds of activities, especially like, was it multiple days you guys were working? I mean, I would assume
It was
so.
at least 2 days. I remember we were in Griffith Park one afternoon that went into the night, actually in a police station as well too, where they had oh yeah, they had our pictures, and it was like,
That's so amazing. The fact that they had pictures of you guys too is even funnier. I wish
yeah.
they did that with me.
It's funny. I just had my friend Allison Snyder on, and she always casts me as cops in her projects. I've done 2 with her, and we shot it out in like Atwater Village, and we got to like pull up in the car, and we're busting these kids who are like dealing drugs or something, and then we got to like chase. We have to do this whole, and actually it was funny. Well, we're like chasing, and I had to like tackle the actor who was playing the perpetrator, and then I'm like doing the handcuff, and there was this car that there was like like because they thought it was,
Oh my God, that's so funny.
but it was great. It was such a, yeah, I love working with Allison Snyder. She always cast me as a cop, and we always have a great time with their crew.
Oh, that's so fun.
What else are you working on?
But I also did this film. It's called Waltzing with Brando, and it's basically like a biopic about him and his life, and it's starring Billy Zane, who's a really great guy, and who I was lucky enough to get to work with. And I'm just a little part in the beginning, so I'm excited to see that.
That's amazing. So where can people follow you?
The only social media I have is Instagram at Juliet_Vega. But
Follow Juliet Vega on Instagram. Juliet, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything else you want to throw out there to the audience?
make sure to watch Studio City on Amazon Prime. On Amazon Prime, guys.
You said it. I tuned into it. I couldn't stop watching it. I binged the whole season in 2 hours. It's incredible. There's so many great characters, so many great stories. And Juliet, you really did a great job. Really keep the momentum going.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for hanging with me and Juliet Vega. You are on air with Kash.